Yo guys, Coach Theo here, Uncommon Sense. Today's video is in response to a comment I got on the video called What Do You Want? Where I asked you guys watching, what do you want? We're gonna be talking about what to do when you decide to change, like change for real. You start improving your diet, you start hitting the gym, stop going out drinking every weekend, you start prioritizing purpose over pleasure. And the people that you engaged in the pleasure stuff with, they don't like it. What do you do then? And there's some, because it's a response to comment, there's some other things I want to address. It was quite a long comment, which I appreciate because details are good. I just can't remember it verbatim. A Swedish guy, cool guy, also some kind of fitness and lifestyle coach. He basically talked about that. When I got into this, I tried to eat junk food in moderation, improve my diet mostly, but keep some junk in there. But I realized it didn't work out. That kept the junk food addiction going, so he couldn't control himself. So then when he tried to go on a whole foods only diet, then instead he met resistance from the people around him, like, oh no, that's orthorexia. No, it's actually healthy to be eating unhealthy stuff. You gotta be balanced. So he found himself that either he would give in and do the junk stuff with other people, but he was just pleasing them. He wasn't happy about it. It wasn't a choice that he made for his sake, really, but to not offend the others. But he felt bad because he knew there was a better choice for him. Or he stood his ground, but then got fit shamed, like, again, that, oh no, that's not good, you gotta do this, or why are you so boring, or whatever. So I'm gonna be talking about this, and disclaimer first, because I'm gonna take some examples from my own life probably, that I hold no resentment against my family or people around me. I'm not saying that I've acted in all situations perfect either, but just getting that out of the way so I can be a bit unfiltered, So first of all, because he phrased it like that, like the people around him made him feel like bad about eating the whole foods only. So first of all, no one else can make you feel a certain way. And I know that can be a heavy one, especially when we're talking family. Many times the way our family treated us growing up is the reason we feel a certain way when people will tell us these things, right? But as an adult, you gotta, the other people, they are just triggers. You gotta take responsibility for your emotions and how you respond to it, right? So, okay, first we gotta, why are people like this? Well, it's because most people in this life, frankly, could be doing a lot better. So when they look at people that are doing better, and especially if you're your friends or you did things a certain similar way, right, together, and you start changing and they can see that, it hurts them, because most people will unfortunately not be like, maybe he starts looking better, he seems to be feeling better, maybe I should start doing some of these things too. That would be the best reaction. But the ego is strong and it's tough to change, so it's much easier to find something wrong with you. No, that you can't be doing like that. You gotta treat yourself. You gotta be balanced and have some of this shit in your diet. You gotta be fun, you gotta live a little. All these things are much easier. So people are gonna, it's not because they want, it's not for your sake they're doing this. It's so they can feel better about their shit habits, right? And it's about, you have to learn to set boundaries, like working on yourself for real like this, committing to it permanently. It is a lonely road, especially at the start, because if you start changing, probably not everyone and your environment and the people around you are still the same, right? So you're gonna be met with that resistance, like either just that it's available that people do this around you, but actually that they're gonna push you like this and want you to go along with it. And many of us, we didn't learn to have proper boundaries, as kids. We learned that we have to go along with what everyone else wants, or else we're bad. And it's difficult because many of us that are like this, we want to be helpful and we want to be there for people and make them feel the best possible. And it's like difficult to find a balance with, how selfish and selfless should I be? But look, it's really, when we're just pleasing people like that, we're not being like going along with the group. We're not being authentic, but also it's not helpful. We just make them just as they want to feel good about eating the junk food right now, you make them feel good because you join in on it, you know. It's not helpful. It just feels, it's uncomfortable. You feel like, oh, they're gonna hold it, they're gonna think that I'm too much, or that I do this and that and that. And it's something you're gonna have to figure out. It's difficult to get right from the start. Like when I went through my life change, you know, I hit rock bottom on my own. I pulled myself up from the bottom on my own, and I did a work on myself most on my own. Like I find people here and there, but you're gonna have to go through this phase where you learn, where are my limits? When can I actually compromise and be in a little bit on some of these things, you know, where I feel good about it, you know, it's my choice, I'm not just doing it so everyone else will be happy with what I do. And I'm gonna find new balances in relationships. Like all relationships, all people don't always have to go, but the way you interact with them, how often and stuff like this might have to change. And you might sometimes have to go through some situations like this when you're not entirely happy with how things went before you find a new balance. So I'll talk about my family, for instance. Like when I all of a sudden did not want to drink alcohol really, you know, and I don't want to eat the junk, candy and stuff, and I want to, you know, when there's dinners and stuff, I don't want to be up all night, you know. I want to come socialize a bit, I want to eat, I want to go home on time, and it's not worth it for me just because it's Friday whatever to do. I would, if I did it any other way, I'm not doing what I'm happy about at all. I'm just doing it so everyone else will feel better about it, you know. And it took some time before I found the balance, and to an extent sometimes I didn't even come to some things because I'm like, no, but I'm not going to be able. I've tried so much to get it my way, but you know, I get pressured, like, come on, do you want, yeah, but shouldn't you drink something, you gotta drink something, or la la. And I'm not saying, this is not just my family, by the way, but so sometimes I didn't even show up for some things. And you have to kind of teach people, because a lot of people, they will try to push your boundaries, you know. It's not always, you know, out of malice or anything, but they think, no, but he really wants to. He really wants to drink, he just feels like he can't do it, for instance, you know. I better show him that it's okay. But you gotta, most people, they don't listen when you tell them what's up. You're gonna have to show repeatedly with your actions what's up, you know. So with my own family, I feel like we found a good balance, you know, where everyone knows, because I do love my family. Nothing has ever been so bad I don't want to be a part of it, but it's just like, if it becomes draining to you, like, oh, this is a situation where I'm gonna have to dodge so many things and stuff, you know, get treated as the bad guy sometimes, you know, even though I'm never trying to push my shit on anyone else, I just want to participate on my terms, right? It becomes draining. But so now I feel like we finally, you know, after when relationship dynamics change, there's gonna be a little bit of like discomfort and like, I'm not finding a word, but you know, resistance, like what I'm saying, friction, that's right. But now I feel like everyone knows what's up with me, you know, like I am happy to be there, but I'm gonna leave earlier. I probably don't want anything to drink. Please just ask me once if you want to ask me, don't push me about it. And now we can all be happy about how things are, right? And then I have other friendship, you know, many friends. I had to even realize that I don't, you know, it's difficult because sometimes with relationships, it's not necessarily that I don't like these people anymore or anything. It's just that we don't want to do things in a similar way at all. Like I love you guys, but you know, with all the things you want to do, that I don't want to do them anymore. And you know, I had to be like that sometimes, like show up and be with the guys and like, no, I'm not drinking, no, I'm not ordering junk food, no, I want to leave, or like, I probably just not do this anymore. And look, some people come around, that's why I say you have to show them with your actions, right? So some people, they go away for a while, but then maybe they start changing and they'll come back, and now you have more in common and you live in a similar way and you can do more stuff together again, right? And some people, like, I have one friend, talk about the boundary pusher, you know, like he's so many times, I've put the boundary down, and he's like always coming closer and closer to the limit, and it took a lot of like bouncing back and forth until we found our new dynamic where we can actually, you know, be friends and be in each other's lives, but just under new terms. But you see, you have to really stand your ground, like really know your limits and find out. And like, there's gonna be discomfort. I'm sorry, you're gonna have to make, people are gonna feel uncomfortable from you. And actually, if it helps you with a mindset about it, it's good. It's good that you make them uncomfortable, not by pushing, like you should be doing things my way, but your mere presence, you doing the things that they feel like that's their conscience calling. You know, like I said, all the other things, like, oh no, that's orthorexia, oh no, you need to be balanced. It's all projection from really like, fuck, you remind me that I could be doing so much better, right? So the last thing I'll say, just to address that point, eating junk food in moderation, it's like telling the drug addict to just do just be drinking in moderation, you know, just be doing heroin in moderation. It's not feasible, and I hate it. There's so many sheep in wolves. No, wolves in sheep's clothing. That you know, it's so much these days. It's about feeling good. You know, not only that you do the thing that makes you feel good. People should tell you that it's the right thing to do. So many fitness influencers and stuff. You're like, oh no, don't over restrict your diet. Don't. It's all this. That's why there's many also like, oh, you can lose weight eating all the whatever food you want, calories in, calories out. Because technically you could do that, but it's not healthy for you, and it's probably not sustainable. Most people, especially that had an issue with it at some point, they're just not gonna be able to. But it doesn't sell the best, you know, to tell people straight up that get fucking rid of the junk forever. That it's like you're not healthy food. That's the thing with the food. We need to eat in the end. There's a difference between many drugs, that you don't need to drink a bit of alcohol, you don't need anything. Food we do need. But what I want to tell you all the time is you should remove all that crap. Don't listen to, you have to, when you go through that, that's kind of a final point with this video, you have to really listen to your own inner voice, which is really God's voice, because your ego voice is again all this internalized shit. But you have to, your intuition, your conscience, what do I feel is right? And I know it within my heart. Because what I've reached, the point I've reached with food, I don't crave junk food at all. In fact, now that I don't crave it, I don't, like, it feels like a punishment that I would have to not eat nutritious, healthy food. Because I enjoyed eating that so much, and it makes me feel the best, and that's what we're supposed to be. We were never presented with all this junk. You have to view it as a drug. It's like this guy did say that in his comment too, like alcohol and junk food are the only drugs you have to excuse yourself for not taking. It's so very true. Don't let anyone fool you anything else. And the silver lining is going to be that when you come to that point like I have, like if I ever even, you know, have to, you know, I'm traveling or something, I can eat the junk food without it being like, you know, because it's true, it's not moderation that you know, they have to hold on to. I have to do it every weekend or something, but it's actually like just something that isn't completely eliminated. You can be open to, it's like, it's nothing, it's a nothing burger, and you'll be able to handle it. But I don't like when people's focus is on how can I hold on to all the old crap, you know, how can I hold on to the bullshit stuff. No, you get rid of that, and then you see if you can have it to some extent in your life. So this video got a bit longer than I thought. Could talk more. It's very interesting subjects, but please let me know what you think in the comments, guys. Please like, all comments and likes help support the channel, so it's very much appreciated. Send me a DM on Instagram or email me to know about my different options for fitness, mindset, nutrition, coaching. Please subscribe for more content about fitness, fast and losing weight, building muscles, self-improvement, stoicism, mental health, philosophy, mindset. It's a mindset, guys. You gotta go in your own way. Don't listen to the sheep. They're wolves in the sheep's clothing. Peace.